Hey Aries, welcome to your April of 2019 Sidereal Astrology forecast. So this video we're going to take a look at all of the major aspects taking place for you this month. We do have a lot of shifts and changes. As you do notice on the screen here, we are using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. So if you are new to the channel and you do notice some of the signs that I mentioned are different, be sure to check out the link down below for more information. Also, if you do find this video helpful, be sure to like it and comment down below, and also share it with your friends and family. All right, so let's take a look at this month here for you, Aries. We've got the most important thing taking place for you is Uranus is going into your sign. So sidereally, if you look up at the sky, you'll see Uranus entering Aries. And so for the next roughly 5 years, there's going to be a lot of this new sense of independence, like your individuality coming through, feeling a little bit freer, more like you can be your true self, and that active in the world, because that is natural to your personality to be active, direct, and in this case, quite free-spirited and feeling free to do that. And this is because over the past roughly 10 years, there's been a lot of this more radical energy of freedom taking place in your unconscious mind. And so this is not the most comfortable place for Uranus, but now when he's coming into your sign in your first house, this is definitely more in terms of that free-spiritedness coming through more easily. So definitely that shift. Do give it time though. You do have a lot of energy in your 12th house this month of the unconscious, of the spiritual. It's a great month for getting rest, relaxation, trusting your intuition, also creative time, bringing more peace and tranquility into your life. Things like that, really the theme this month. All right, so the first major thing taking place here this month is the first 5 days or so, Pluto is going to be conjunct the south node, going over the south node essentially. And so this is going to be maybe some releasing of some patterns pertaining to your belief systems. I see this month being a lot of things in terms of your view of life, your perspectives, your worldview, your philosophies, outlooks. This is all very much being released and transforming those things. And so if there's any like past fears you may even have about expanding your horizons or listening to your free-spiritedness, or again, old belief systems that are sort of blocking that, I definitely see them slowly being released here these first roughly 5 days of the month here. But really all month long, a lot of things being released there, which we'll look at with Saturn too. So April 2nd, Mercury is going to go over Neptune. This is in your 11th house. I think it's a great month for still thinking about your future ideals and maybe enjoying some things greater than yourself, like your friends, network circles, community, things like this. There could be maybe some new ideals, but in a very practical way that I think you've probably been reconsidering maybe the past few weeks when Mercury was retrograde, or last month rather for pretty much the whole month. So a lot of that stuff's starting to move forward, and maybe there's some new ideals that are becoming very practically grounded when it comes to these future things and maybe things greater than yourself. So April 5th, we do have a new moon, and this is going to be again in that 12th house. So this will likely be where there'll be some new beginnings with that spiritual well-being that we're talking about. Great time to set some intentions for the month around April 5th to, again, bring in more tranquility, more peace in your life, more rest, getting in touch with your spiritual self, your unconscious self, doing things like meditating, getting plenty of sleep, listening to your dreams, your intuition. Things like this will make this new moon very, very supportive for you. So April 10th, we do have Venus going over Neptune, just like Mercury did earlier. So again, another step in the right direction when it comes to that, either group things or maybe enjoying these matters, maybe something nice and something that's more like receptive and enjoyable and unconditional that you could be enjoying maybe when it comes to these things greater than yourself. All right, and then also April 10th, we have quite a bit going on. Jupiter's going to go retrograde in your 8th house. So it's been a great year really of expanding your horizons when it comes to the deeper aspects of life. Maybe been opportunities to connect to things and people in a deeper way, maybe learning a lot about yourself on that deeper level. So it's a good time to now go back and kind of revisit some of these things. Revisit depth, intimacy, openness. Also revisit anything that involves shared resources, because there's also been opportunities there. So it's about reconsidering some of these opportunities that deal with the deeper aspects of life or the shared resources aspect of life, any money that comes from outside sources essentially. All right, and then the sun will be also squaring up to Saturn during this day here, April 10th. So nothing major, but just, again, seeing how these things do take time in terms of your beliefs, your perspectives, maybe opportunities, and just being patient with those future kind of maybe things you're hopeful about or inspired about. Just noticing that these things taking time. You may just be seeing it more realistically here around this day, but patience is a great way of working with that square. All right, and then April 19th, we then have the full moon, and that's going to be in the 6th house. So all of this more deeper unconscious sort of work that you're doing this month, this is all going to come to a high point here around April 19th. Maybe some spiritual insights, maybe some awareness in terms of specifically how you can integrate more of this receptive approach into your day-to-day life. Because if there's been anything over the past 6 months you've been doing with your routine or your work or self-improvement or health, this stuff comes to the high point of the cycle here. And so it really becomes this excellent time of integrating both your spiritual health, which is, again, what this month is great for, but then balancing that with your physical health and routine and day-to-day type of energy. All right, and then April 22nd, I think is around there is really when things start to shift for you because the sun comes out of your 12th house. You're still going to have Mercury, Venus here. So again, there's still going to be a lot of information stuff you're gathering from the unconscious realms and dreams and intuition or creative stuff and ideals and dreams. But when the sun goes into first, around April 22nd, the sun's going to pass over Uranus. And so this is where you'll probably start to feel a shift with these new changes of individuality, new sense of freedom, maybe some new excitements. Again, being more of yourself, asserting yourself, directness, things that, are really going to spice things up for the next 5 years here, involving that independence and also self-awareness and individuality and marching to the beat of a different drum and unorthodoxy and all that stuff that can bring a lot of excitement with what you want in life and with who you are. All right, and then April 24th, Pluto goes retrograde. So there's going to be some reconsiderations, again, involving those belief systems, perspectives, any opportunities, future potentials you may have. For those of you involved with things like travel or learning philosophies during this time or gaining of any higher wisdom or whatever, it's going to be a good time now, this later part of the month, moving forward for about the next 6 months to reconsider this stuff, reevaluate it. Again, a lot of these beliefs and whatnot are being released anyways. So this is where a lot of non-attachment can really help to just allow this energy to find balance, because that's what you're doing throughout this process, is finding more balance with your beliefs and your perspectives on things. And so the non-attachment can help facilitate that. And then April 27th, Mars does square up to Neptune. So there could be maybe some uncertainty this month about something, or maybe you're wanting something. I think where there's a lot of drive this month is going to be on maybe your resources. So you could be feeling very self-reliant, very much like pursuing your material values and feeling that sort of sense of self-worth and whatnot. So that's great. Put energy into that this month. It's a great month to do that. But in this case, receptivity around April 27th with it. Surrender what's outside of your control. Practice faith and trust just around those days, because there might just be a bit of disillusionment or uncertainty with that square to Neptune collectively. All right, and the last thing taking place this month, April 29th through the 30th, Saturn is going retrograde. Again, in that 9th house, that's where a lot of the reevaluation is, like we said, involving your perspectives, beliefs, anything you've been building or structurally involving, your outlooks on life, involving travel, long distance matters, learning, perspectives. This is the stuff that's really going through this reevaluation, and then also, again, practicing that non-attachment is allowing for some past energy, some past beliefs, some past patterns to be released with that, with the South Node as well. All right, so Aries, I hope you found this helpful. Hope you have an awesome 2019 as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time for the next video. Take care.